Talking with Topher, episode 16. Remember, if you enjoy the videos, hit the like button. If you love the videos, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate all the support that I've been getting from all of you out there, and it has made this podcast absolutely 100% worth doing every week. So I thank all of you. On that note, if you would like to send me questions, comments, you can always do that on the YouTube page and, of course, any other platform that you listen to me on. I did set up an email, talkingwithtopher at gmail.com. So if you personally would like to send me an email, you have questions, maybe I can give you some advice, anything like that, hit up the email and I will read your question on my next podcast and I'll do my best to answer it or give you advice. So that's talkingwithtopher at gmail.com. And I'm very excited to have this set up. I hope to see more of you getting involved. And yeah, let's do it. Let's make this podcast happen. So I don't know about you guys, but this week has been a really nice, enjoyable week. And the reason for that is I actually took a vacation day. And I'll tell you, man, after having 2 months off, it felt really weird to ask for vacation time because I was out of work for over 7 weeks. So in my mind, I know I wasn't having fun and anything like that. I was, sitting around the house trying to figure out how to pay bills, trying to do all this stuff. And then we got back to work and it's been, it's been what it is. We're wearing masks, we're putting plastic all over the fucking place, we're spraying down after every customer, and it's a lot more work now than it was. But I was like, oh man, I still want to take a few days off. So it felt, for me, it felt really weird asking for any type of time off. Just because I was like, man, we're just getting back into it. I've only been working for about 8 weeks. Do I deserve this time off? And the answer is yes. We all deserve to have some time off for ourselves where we're actually enjoying the time off. Being shut down and being stuck at home definitely was not a vacation. It was not a fun time. And there's still a lot of people out there dealing with that today. And I'm just glad, I'm fortunate enough, let's put it that way. I am fortunate enough to not be dealing with that anymore. But I still wanted some time off. My wife works for Walmart, giant corporation. They didn't close. They didn't do anything. So she was like, I'm taking a week off. And they were just like, yeah, okay. And I was on the, I'm in a different, the word I'm looking for here. I'm in a different category, I guess, where we closed for 7 weeks and then we go back. And now I'm like, I just want some time off. I don't want to think about this or that. I just want to take a little bit of time off and just enjoy myself and have, enjoy the weather. So I did that. And, of course, the owner did not care. He was like, of course you're going to be able to take your time off. And I was like, well, maybe I'm just silly because I thought that it was going to be more of a struggle to get the time off than it was. And I was really glad he let me do it. Yesterday, having that day to myself, I got to, finish painting the room. This wall. I really didn't paint this room. I think it's about 3 different colors right now. We're getting there. So I got a lot of stuff done, and it was just really nice. And, me and my wife hung out, and it was just, it was nice to be able to take some time off, enjoy that time, get some minor projects done around the house, and kind of get myself to the point now where I'm comfortable in my new car. You get a new car, you drive it around for like a week, but it takes you a little bit before you get all your stuff the way you want it. If you bought a brand new car, you don't have to worry about fixing it. where I bought a used car, I got some things to fix on it, but that's okay because I'm still mobile. I'm still getting to do all my stuff. So I have heard that some businesses actually, anything past a certain amount of time, a lot of people's vacation time got sucked up and used for the time that they were at home. So they ended up going back to work, or maybe they didn't go back to work, but if they did go back to work, their vacation was gone. And so I was very lucky that that did not happen to me, and I was very, very I appreciated him still allowing me to use my vacation time, and it was great. It was great. I needed it, and you know, being off for 7 weeks at the beginning of this pandemic was definitely not a vacation. It was a lot of computer work, and I had to do a lot of phone calling in order to make sure that my end was covered while my wife was still working. So got to take some time, got to decompress. It was really, really nice. New Hampshire Vape Gallery, located in between Smoke Rings and Home Depot on 180 Lafayette Road in Seabrook, New Hampshire. You can give us a call. We're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. 603-814-4171. Now, guys, we have got all your disposables. I got over 150 different flavors. These are the Escobars. And then I have the Pop Bars. These things are amazing. And then we've got these bigger ones, which have about 800. Some of them got 1,500 puffs. These things are made to last. It's just great. If you do construction and you do any type of work that has to do with outside, you know just as well as I do, you break your box mod, you break your tanks, it's a pain in the ass. Now you don't have to have that pain in the ass anymore. You can get yourself a disposable and do your work and not have to worry about breaking your vape. Leave it at home for the day. It'll be perfect. So come on down, check us out. We got hundreds of juices to choose from, whether they're menthol, regular, salt nicks, same deal. Regular, menthol, I am overloaded with juices. So again, this is New Hampshire Vape Gallery, located in between Home Depot and Smoke Rings on 180 Lafayette Road in Seabrook, New Hampshire. We're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. And our website is vapegallerynh.com. That's vapegallerynh.com. As you can, I don't know if you can tell just through the video, but again, constantly updating this thing. It is going to be a work in progress probably for the next 6 months. Try not to bore you with it too much, but I don't know if you can see it. I got some bumps and stuff on the wall, and I don't know if anybody else deals with this, but my entire house, when it was built in the 1900s, all they had was horsehair plaster. So walls are built a lot differently than they are today. And it's such a bummer when you pull down wallpaper and you've just got all these imperfections on the wall. Although, for me, as a person who cannot mud for shit, I just cannot do it. It doesn't matter if the wall is baby butt smooth or full of dimples. It just doesn't matter. My mudding work always looks the same, like crap. And I have been trying to perfect it for years and years and years, and I've just finally accepted the fact that I am no good at finish work. I do my best. I'll put paint on it. It looks okay from a distance, looks great from a picture, but if you get on top of it, you're going to see all the imperfections. So I guess that's why I really don't dislike my plaster walls as much as I thought I did. Because at least when I mud them, you can't tell that I did it imperfectly because the wall's already imperfect as it is. So I really, because I mean, horsehair plaster it sucks. If you put a screw into it and it screws not where you wanted it to be, when you pull it out, the hole that you made is like twice the size. Everything around it just crumbles. It falls apart. It's such a pain in the ass to clean up and fix and patch, but it's also a nightmare if you want to, say, put up sheetrock. Some people will literally sheetrock over these walls instead of taking the time to tear down the plaster, tear out all the supports in between your main beams, your supports, I guess, because they put lattice this way, and your actual housing supports usually go this way. I think today they're about 14 to 12 inches apart. My house, when they built it, they were 16 inches apart, stud to stud, which is crazy. It's a wide gap. It doesn't hold as much weight, which is why I think they build the houses the way they do today. They put them about, I think, 12 to 14, and that makes your house stronger. It also makes it a lot easier when you're hanging stuff. If you got studs that are 12 inches apart, most of the time you can hit 2 studs with like a TV bracket. Comes in real handy. So this house is kind of a nightmare all the way around. But the horsehair plaster only works in my favor when I'm patching up the walls. When I'm trying to hang something, it's a nightmare. I'm looking for studs and I'm finding lattice all over the place, and it's just it's a real difficult product to work with, and my house is just full of it. Took a day off, but it lands in between my 3 days off, which is nice. So I got 4 days off. It was just nice, and I feel really good coming back into the podcast with the painted walls, and I put a new light fixture up, so the lighting's a lot friggin' better in here. Hoping to get rid of some of those glares and stuff everybody was seeing and commenting on, so I hope I've taken care of that for you. Another thing that happened actually today, guys, it was amazing, and I want to definitely give these guys a shout out. And now I can do that from the ease of my computer. Boom, there it is. PMA, Professional Martial Arts Academy. I'm not doing this as an ad. I do want to put them up on blast because awesome class today. We did something I didn't think we were going to be doing for a long time. And it was a small class. I think there was about 6 of us, including maybe 8 of us, including Professor. And we took our temperatures and we got to work together. And it was awesome. It was such a great day in class. I had so much fun. I told everybody this is better than fucking Christmas. Better than Christmas. I mean, we got to hug at the end. I mean, it was like it used to be. It was amazing. There was no randori, which was okay. I mean, you can't be too greedy during these times. So it was awesome. I just wanted to shout them out because I was so shocked that we got to do this today. And if you want to get into it, you want to get into jiu-jitsu, you want to get into Muay Thai, you want to do judo, well then go and check these guys out. They're located in Plaster, Derry, and Wyndham. So PMA, shout out to you. We're moving forward, and it was absolutely amazing. I had a great time, and everybody should know about that. The best parts about being able to train with people instead of a dummy is that when someone taps you, even in just technique, it's just so rewarding, because now you cinched up whatever you were doing tight enough to the point where they had to tap, and that is something we haven't been able to do since March. So it was so rewarding. It was just amazing. It was a great class. I'm looking forward to doing this more and more. I mean, I've got worries about catching corona, but at the same time, I feel like I'm healthy enough to the point where if I do get this, it's just going to be 2 weeks off, maybe 3-4 days of crap, and then we're just going to get through it. I do not want to be someone who then gives it to someone else. If I take the chances and I get it, then I'm gonna deal with those consequences, but I'm gonna be able to make the decision of whether or not I want to take those chances. And today, I definitely wanted to take those chances. It was just awesome, awesome to work with everyone in class, to be able to work with a partner, to see when you cinch up a triangle, to have them tap. It's just, like I said, it's very, very rewarding, and it was really nice to do that today. naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com. This handcrafted hand sanitizer is amazing. I love it. I use it all the time. It sits in my car. When I go in and out of stores, it's the first thing I do before I start driving to my next destination. And it's just a phenomenal product because it doesn't leave my hands sticky. And I feel like that's super important when using a hand sanitizer. A lot of them are not that great, or they add things so that they smell pretty, or they have stuff in them, and sometimes it leaves a residue on your hands. And I don't know about you, but where I'm going in and out of stores and then I have to drive, I do not want my hands to stick to my steering wheel. It's just an amazing product, and you should go to naturalbossnh.com and go get your bottle of hand sanitizer today at naturalbossnh.com. I don't know about anybody else, but I am having an issue with this corona bullshit because I get so excited when I see somebody who I haven't seen in a while, and normally we hug, we shake hands. And the other day I went down to give Jordan the rest of his money for the car that I purchased, and we saw a friend. We saw a friend, and his mom was there, and they were looking at a car as well. And I got so excited to see them. My wife ran up, gave them both a hug, and I stood there like a lump on a log, and I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this. And it's like, now when I see people, I don't know if I'm supposed to be just going, hey, nice to see you. Here's a distance high five. Some people shake still. Some people want a hug. And I just don't know what to do. What is the respectable thing to do these days? Well, like, if someone gets hugged, do you hug them too? I don't know. I felt almost awkward because my wife's giving him a hug and I didn't. And I'm like, am I supposed to? And I felt like I should have, but I also felt like not shaking hands, not giving them a hug was also being respectful. So I don't know if I'm in the wrong anymore. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Like, if anybody else out there is got an answer, I'm willing to listen, because I want to hug, I want to shake hands, but I want to be respectful of the individual space and not assume that that's what they want. I'm just having trouble with this. I felt really awkward. I felt like I shouldn't be hugging. I'm like, no, not supposed to be doing this. And, my wife's got no problem with it, which is great. That's fine for her. And they didn't seem to have an issue with it. Obviously, if you run up to give somebody a hug and they give you the stop hands, it's not going to work. But I wasn't sure what to do. I was like, should I follow suit, or I'm just going to hang back and do this? And that's what I did. And it was awkward, and I don't know if it was the right thing to do. I felt like it was a respectful thing to do. So if anybody has any tips on that, send it my way. Whether you answer under the comments or if you send it to the email. Just let me know what you think. Was I in the wrong, or was I being respectful? I'm not sure. But I'm trying my best to maneuver through this crazy world, you know? I don't know what to do anymore. You know, people elbow bump. I don't know if that's okay. You know, I feel like the respectable thing to do is to keep your distance, not touch, and some people are with it, some people are not. So you let me know what you think. I felt like I was being respectful. LFOD Motorsports. This place is great if you're looking for a new car. Jordan is an excellent person to work with. I've had nothing but a great experience with them. I bought 2 cars now. One I crashed and one I'm driving. So go down and check out FLOD Motorsports. They're located at 60 Rockingham Road in Windham, New Hampshire. Their phone number is 603-819-9064. And the website is LFODMOTORSPORTS.com. That's LFODMotorsports.com. So if you're looking for a new to you car, I highly recommend this place. They've done nothing but excellent things for me. So I say go down there, check them out. As I've sobered up, you know, as time has gone on, I've noticed and realized that I don't do a lot of stuff that I used to do when I was in my 20s. I don't do anything that I was doing in my 20s. And I barely do anything I was doing in my 30s. And now being in my 40s, man, I am a boring person. You know? I'm a very boring person. I like to stay at home always. And I'm not sure what that is. You know, I think it has to do a lot with, I realized that, like, when I was younger, I would want to go out all the time. One, I was stuck at home with my parents. So nobody wants to be home with their parents. So you want to get out. You want to do things. You want to be with your friends. And that, you know, you go out, you do things, go to the mall, go movies, whatever. Just always doing stuff. Restaurants, the whole thing. Then when I was in my 30s, I would do like restaurants and stuff like that. You know, I only had an apartment to pay for. No big deal. You know, we're both working. We're having a grand old time. When we get home, we didn't want to stay in the apartment because you really couldn't go outside. You couldn't do a lot. So you would go to places where you could go outside, or you go out to dinner and do stuff like that because you don't always want to be trapped in the apartment. And now being in my 40s and owning a house, the capability of going outside and doing those things and cooking on the grill and all this other stuff is more enjoyable to me than going to restaurants. And I bring this up because my wife, you know, let me correct myself. I bring this up because I was talking to my wife and I had mentioned how crazy everything is and how I would not want to be at a restaurant or any type of gathering at this moment in time. And I'm not saying that other people don't feel the same way, but I can't tell you the last time I was like, I want to go to a restaurant. I have no, I don't even know. Is it enthusiasm? I don't think it's enthusiasm. I have no desire to go to a restaurant ever. I just don't. I feel like it's a hassle for me. One, because of all the eating restrictions I have. It's almost a hassle for everyone around me when I go to a restaurant or if I go over to someone's house to eat. You know, I got these pills that help me digest gluten, that help me digest anything in case I'm going to like my aunts or my parents. You know, they still make food the way they've always made food. So I can't eat that stuff very often. Otherwise, it just completely ruins me. And if I have it like once in a great while, my body will digest it. I might get a little gassy, but we'll get past it. No big deal. But ever since I've owned a house, I have just no desire to go to restaurants. I prefer buying it and cooking it at home. I prefer to stay home 98% of the time. I barely want to go and hang out with my friends most of the time because I just rather stay home, get my little projects done. And I'm not sure if this is just an age thing. I'm curious to when I lost it, I'm not saying like I just lost the desire to go out and do things. I would never go to Disney World right now. I would never go to any type of gathering. I am hoping, and I don't know how this is going to work because this is another type of gathering, but I wanted to go to Kill Tony in August. We were supposed to go back in, I think it was July, was the original show. Then they pushed it to August, and we were like, yes. And then my wife noticed that Rogan was doing a show, so I was like, oh, cool. Let's go to that show because it's on your birthday. This will be a great birthday gift. So we bought the tickets. Not even a week later, he finishes up Houston, goes on his podcast, and he's like, I don't think I'm doing any shows for the rest of the year. And I'm like, oh no. And of course, Ticketmaster says, as soon as you buy those tickets, if it gets canceled because of COVID, you don't get your money back. You have to wait for them to reschedule. So it's like, yeah, I was planning on going to a comedian show. I was planning on going to 2 shows, actually. But I was also hoping that there would be social distancing. Of course, I would be wearing a mask while I'm there. I'm not going to eat during the show, so I don't have to worry about, food or anything like that. I figure maybe if I just bring a straw, right? If you bring a straw, you can put it in your drink, like your water or whatever. And then you shouldn't have to take the mask off to take a drink if I sip out of a straw. So I'm thinking that doing all of that at a show will help keep me safe. And then, of course, you got to have your hand sanitizer just in case. So even though I never planned on going to any of those shows, my friend Tyler was like, hey, I want to go to see Kill Tony. And I was like, fuck it. Let's go see it. We got the tickets for like $25. And then Rogan, wife's birthday present. So I figured that was a good one. She loves Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. So why not go see his show? And then all of it gets postponed. And it just makes me think, do we really want to go out? Do we really want to go put ourselves in any type of situation where you're in a gathering where there's lots of people around? You take those chances. They do say that masks are required. But just because they're required doesn't mean people are wearing them properly or at all. I mean, I've seen people wearing them under their chins. So that's not considered wearing your mask. If it's not over your nose, it's not considered wearing your mask. So all of these things make me very nervous. And it's like, even though when I purchased the tickets, I was like, oh yeah, we're going. This is going to be nothing. And it's like, as time continues, we're seeing that it's more and more of an issue to do these type of shows, to go to these gatherings. They open stuff up and then they shut it down because it didn't work out the way they thought it was going to. And man, I just do not know where my enthusiasm went for going out in general. I always talk to all my friends, my parents. They all go out. Everybody goes out to eat. Everybody goes to a restaurant. Everybody's always talking about the new restaurants. I mean, I got a friend, he goes to everything. He goes all kinds of stuff. I don't know if he's doing it as much today, but he would always tell me about the restaurants. He would always tell me about, places he went to, and he's like, oh, you got to check this out. The food's great. This is great. And even though that sounds good, I still just go, no, I think I'm just going to stay home. And this didn't start because of Corona. This is just the way I am, I guess. And I'm just throwing it out there because I'm like, I don't understand why people are so excited to go to restaurants, to go to Disney World, to go to Canopy Lake Park, to do all these things, to get into these large groups. And I'm curious as to what makes these things so exciting for everyone else. But I look at it and I just go, no, I'd rather stay home. I mean, right now I would never go to an amusement park. To stand in line with a mask on is a pain in the ass as it is to go into a grocery store. Never mind waiting to get on a 30-second ride for hours in line. I hated doing that in the first place. I mean, you spend a couple $100 at an amusement park and you're there for 8, maybe 10 hours. You spent 4 to 5 hours in fucking line. It's crazy. Never mind the prices are astronomical. A bottle of water's $10. I don't know. That's probably not true. But I feel like they're way overpriced and everything is just so astronomical. And you spend more than half your day standing in line. Unless, of course, you pay more money and then you get the little speedy pass and you go. Now, I don't have kids. I got no children. All I have is 2 dogs. So for me, the kids aren't asking me to go places, My dogs don't give a shit. All they want to do is eat and go out. So it's great for me. But I'm not knocking anybody that has kids either. I understand that like they see stuff on TV, then they want to go. So I'm wondering if a lot of people do this because they have kids. They go out to eat because it's easier. They don't have to do it at home. They don't have to clean their dishes. Where it's just me and my wife. I have no reason for a dishwasher, and I have one. I never use it. I don't think we've used it in four years. So just one of those things. I'm like, where did it go? I used to like to go out to eat. I used to like to do these things. And, before pandemic, I was like, nah, let's just eat at home. We can cook it on the grill. It's easier. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to wait. As long as you're buying good cuts of meat, I felt like the meal was just as good. But a lot of people out there love doing this. They got kids. Kids want to go to Disney World, so you got to bring them to Disney World. You got to bring them to the park. You got to do these things. You got to keep them entertained. And so I do understand that. I just don't understand, if you don't have any of those things, why is going out to eat, going to amusement parks, even going to the movies these days is not the same. You can do most of this stuff from your house. And I just hope everybody wears their masks and stay safe out there so that you can enjoy going to your restaurants and the amusement parks and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens, I guess. I'm going to suck it up. I'm a boring person. Did you hear the news, though? There has been some great news. Walmart has closed for Thanksgiving. If you didn't hear this, it is everywhere right now. Everybody's talking about it. It is the craziest thing. I never, ever, ever thought that they would do this. But it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. They can't have a Black Friday this year. Nobody can. Nobody can have a Black Friday. How are you going to have a Black Friday this year? You can't. You can't have that many people in the building. So what are you going to do? You're like, first 50 people get to shop everything, and then we let another 50, you know what I mean? So I was talking to her about it with my wife last night, because we kept getting these dings for the article that popped up, and it made a lot of sense to me. I think everybody is going to have an online Black Friday this year, because you can't have the amount of people in the building that you used to be able to. So if you can't have the people in the building, How are you going to have a Black Friday? You can't have anybody standing side to side. You got to spread everybody out. The building capacities have been cut in half. And as everybody knows, Black Friday is a nightmare. It is chaos, and it's always been people beating up people for fucking stupid products all the time. Every year, it's a different stupid product, and by the end of the next year, no one even fucking cares about that product anymore. It's amazing to me. I have watched people punch people in the face for a product that went on sale not even a week later. Blows my mind. The whole Black Friday thing is not really a surprise to me. What is surprising is that they actually did close Thanksgiving. That is very surprising. I figured they'd still be open, but they wouldn't do an in-store Black Friday. My thoughts is everybody is going to be doing an online Black Friday this year. I don't think anybody's going to do an in-store. And if there is an in-store, again, I would have no desire to put myself in that position. Like I said, if I catch this, I'm pretty much ready for it. Bring it on. I'm tired of avoiding it, I guess. But at the same time, I'm not going to put myself in a position to catch it. But if I get it, I get it. Shit happens. People are not always wearing their masks. There's all kinds of different ways we can catch the corona. So that's my thoughts on Black Friday this year, though. Online only, no in-store. Walmart closed for Thanksgiving. There it is. Holy shit. I mean, that company doesn't close for anything except for Christmas. And that's only because they were mandated to do it at one point in time by most of the employees because nobody wanted to work Christmas. Nobody. So I think it's a great thing. And I mean, I hate to say this, but with everything, the technology and everything changing and updating and better, just everything getting shipped to home and the coronavirus doing it to us even more where we have to do more things at home. We have to do more mail ordering. I really think this is the new world. This is it. Before, everybody made not really fun of you, but they were like, oh, you don't go out to stores. You order everything online. What's wrong with you? Get out of your house. And now it's the complete opposite. If you're going out shopping, people are like, why are you going out shopping? Stay home. Order off the internet. You don't have to interact with people. You can stay safe at home. So it's just madness, right? I mean, it's so crazy to me that, you were almost made fun of for staying at home and shopping offline. And now you're like praised for it. You're like, oh, good. You're staying home. You're staying safe. Ordering offline. That's good. Shouldn't be going out to those stores anyways. So the whole thing's kind of flipped. And with this going on, I have a feeling, again, that this will be part of the new. Masks are part of the new. Online ordering. Black Friday's online. Everything online. That's the new. It's going to be very hard for people to not leave their house. I mean, if you can just order everything online, I mean, they allowed alcohol sales to your house. They've allowed all kinds of stuff that you couldn't do before that you can now do. And the weird thing about opening those doors is most of the time they're much harder to shut. Because of all of this, we are seeing a lot of shifts. And I still hear a lot of talk about people wanting it to go back to normal. When are we not going to have to wear these masks? I do not like to be the bearer of bad news, but I have a really good feeling. This is it. Masks everywhere you go, ordering online, and staying at home is going to be the new. Elbow bumping, no hugging, no touching. I just really feel like this is the direction we're going in, as long as we don't have some type of a vaccination. You know, if we do not have a way to control this virus, then we will not be doing anything different for a long time. And we'll be doing what we do right now. And it is sad. It's unfortunate. And I'm not trying to leave this podcast on a sad note. But it's a real note. It's a real note. So everybody, stay safe out there. Wear your mask on your face and over your nose. All right? Otherwise, it's not working. And keep your distance. Unless, of course, you're in jiu-jitsu class and you've had your temperature taken. Game on. Game on. But like I said, I am ready just as much as the next person to, get back to normal. But as of right now, I've accepted all of this as my new normal. And hopefully you can too. So, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you love the video, hit the subscribe button, because that's what helps float this thing. Every subscriber I get gives me more and more enthusiasm to get back into this chair every week. So I thank all of you for all your subscriptions, and I hope you all have a great day. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll talk to you later.